Alright guys, we're taking a look at our old friend Zong XD. He asked us to take a look at this game here, and he said he wasn't really sure what went on. Right? He said he ends this game, he ends this game 14-3 and 7. A couple things of note. There was an 85,000 damage Aatrox in this game, which I thought was a little bit insane. That's crazy high damage numbers. Um, so real quick, let me get into the review. Did he do that, Ward? So when you go to drop this ward, just this is a small nitpick thing. I like that you're doing something level 1, that you're going to place this ward, but I would wait until like a minute and 10 seconds to go place this ward, and I would just sit in this brush in the meantime. And the reason is because this ward's not going to see anything unless he starts on this camp, for the most part. So you want to make sure you're getting as much useful vision out of it as possible. That gives you an extra 20 seconds of vision while he's doing his camps. Small nitpick, but like I wouldn't even go to place the ward until like probably right now. So that way you're basically guaranteed to see him at some point in his clear. Now, in terms of the jungle matchup, we have Kassadin Kane into Mel and Karthus. So a couple things about Mel. You put a couple points in Q, and you really want to focus on, you know, her Q is important to dodge, but it's more important to not get hit by her E. You can walk up and try and bait her cooldowns, and then basically look to a last hit for free while everything's on CD. The other thing is I love playing against a jungle Karthus because it's such a low threat jungler. You basically get to lane for free, and you can always invade Karthus. Right? In terms of the rune setup, you can take Electrocute. I mean, I prefer First Strike in this matchup. I'm not a big fan of Doran Shield, but it's not a big deal. It's not the reason you lost the game. Okay. Okay, so looking at this, you're just taking too much free damage. So real quick, when we're playing versus mages like this, excuse me, that have AoE abilities that want to last hit with their Q, the best thing you can do, or one of the best things you can do, is not stand directly next to low health minions, because when you stand directly, you didn't actually get hit by much of it, I don't think. But when you stand next to low health minions like this, you're allowing them to get extra value from their ability, right? Whereas if you're standing like over here or over here, they have to make a decision: do I poke you or do I last hit the minion with the ability? Here, you're not really forcing this decision. You're letting her get great value from it, and then do a good job dodging. You like barely get hit by it. One thing I want to say here is, if this is what we're doing, we need to Q auto and back off, like instantly, because what's going to happen when you walk up to auto this minion is these minions are all going to aggro on you. So every minion auto attack does 21 damage. Her auto attack damage is 54 damage. So this is a champion. There's a second champion in the lane right now. This is how I envision it. There's another Mel here that just stands in auto attacks. That's what these minions are. And we walk up and we take a round of auto attacks. And there was just no point to that. Like, if we want a last hit, I don't know how to get rid of this thing. So if we want to last hit this, we can auto Q back off, so that way we don't take minion aggro. Instead we walk up. Wait, actually that's such a weird decision. You walked up to Q it, and then autoed it. Like, that's what you did, but you just did it slower. So, small nitpick thing, but that sort of damage adds up in the lane. But I guess we're taking advantage of the 2 armor buff. Alright. Cue the... We're just taking too much damage for this. If this is what we want to do to like auto this down, I would auto it right now while her ability's on cooldown. And then if we're thinking we want to Q, we don't need to walk forward again back into Mel's range. So the first auto I'm like somewhat okay with because you have second wind, you have D shield. But while you're walking back, there's no reason to walk back if we're just going to Q it anyway. You could also, if you're taking this much damage anyway, you could auto that and then try Qing this one. That should be enough damage, yeah. You're not going to be able to last hit that, so you get this one. Okay. Good dodge. Okay. Level 2, Mel gets a lot more threat. We're just taking free damage. Okay. Seems like we're not really thinking about how our abilities work together. So, here. So that was a good dodge. Here, I would walk up to auto this. And the reason I would walk up to auto it is because she just used Q on you. So you see how mage matchups in the early game, you really want to abuse their cooldowns. You see how Q is a 9-second cooldown early game? So when that minion gets low, you should be able to walk up and auto it instead of using your Q. And then you know she's going to hit level 2 because it's the first melee minion of this wave that dies for you. And obviously you're under threat of her E, but when you should be able to dodge it, right? If she throws E at you from there, you just walk this way or you walk this way. Preferably this way, because this is the way the CS goes. And if you had done that, if you had walked up to auto this, you'd still have Q for this minion. Here, we're just taking too much damage. She uses the Q behind you, and I think we reflexively walk back when there's a skill shot. So you walk back into the skill shot and take the whole thing instead of walking forward. Here, she gets an empowered auto on you, and she's stacking up. If we had walked this way, we would have been completely fine. We used the Q preemptively, so this is a little weird. So, like, this is kind of one of those, she's putting damage at me, so I want to use my Q shield, but we should use it when we see an animation come. That's a little bit psychopathic. I don't know. Maybe I probably would have done the same thing here, but we're tanking a minion. We use our Q. I would try and get an auto W if you're this close to her anyway, but you have to remember you're 300 HP. This is a Mel who executes you on low health and has Ignite. So this is one of those situations where I don't know, I wouldn't be playing that aggressive. But we are back to half HP, which is pretty good. Okay. And we're level 3. I would eat a last hit both of these. I guess you can just auto them too if she's not going to punish it. Okay, walk back. Now what you don't want is to get caught by her E here while the wave's coming in, because then all the minions will hit you. Okay, good job. So the other thing that I've kind of noticed is we're only using abilities on the minion wave. If we can dodge some of her skill shots and abuse some of her cooldowns, we should be able to walk up. Yeah, okay. Beautiful. That's great. That was an awesome trade. And you dodged all of it. She's completely now. Lane is over. You should be able to convert this into a one laning situation. She's completely She has no TP. She used her only defensive skill. There's nothing to be scared of here. She has no mana. Look at her abilities. So this is one of the nice things about Doran Shield and Second Wind. A lot of times you can out-sustain people's poke, right? She has enough mana for like 1E or 1Q. You can just permanently hold the wave here, and she's completely fucked. Why are we playing so safe? Okay, we should literally be like, I don't know. If this were me, I would be getting up in her face, playing a little bit more psychopathic, getting between her and the wave. Again, she has no mana. She's literally no threat. A mage without mana is like a toothless lion or something, I don't know. So, yeah. I mean, in this position, we gotta know. I just rewound it so far. What the frick? In this position, we gotta know when we're stronger than our opponent. Obviously not right now, because she has the whole wave. But like here, because she's completely she has ability for one more Q right now. She saved up some mana. I wouldn't be using Q on the minions. I would be walking up using QE on her off cooldown. Trying to poke and harass her, right? And I don't know. It's just a missed opportunity there. We could have denied her some CS. We could have forced her to take a bad base. Instead of that, we let her save up mana, get a free base off, and nothing's really changed about the lane. Now, real quick, we're level 6. How are we not level 6? Wait, we missed XP or we split XP for a second? Okay. I would have pushed out that wave. And the reason... Let me check your gold real quick. Well, it actually wouldn't have really made a difference in terms of our base. Honestly. So never mind. Now, if I'm basing on 1200 gold, I probably would just get a Lost Chapter. I think it's the strongest thing you can buy for 1200 gold. I am fine with these purchases. I understand why we do it. But I would just go Lost Chapter. Okay. Now that we're level 6, just look to ult forward and then EQ. While dodging some of her shit. But I mean, all things considered, right? Like, we should have been able to kind of crush the Mel at this point. But we're not. It's not like we're in a bad spot. Okay, she used Q. Trade back. Beautiful. Now, let the stacks reset before you do anything, because one way to get solo killed by Mel is to let her stack up a million stacks on you and then press R. Okay, wait. Let her use an ability on the wave, then you ult forward and EQ. So when you're playing versus these skill shot mages, you never want to ult directly in a line like that. And the reason is because of what happened here. So what you want to do is walk forward at her until you see this animation, and then you should be in range to cast your ult like right here to make sure you dodge it. If you ult forward like this, you're putting yourself exactly where she wants your ability to be, right? Or where she wants you to land to get hit by that. If you ult to the side... Okay, she has E. Punish. She's dead. She should be dead to an ult flash if you put one more stack on your ult. Oh my god. She's completely dead. She's griefing. She has 350 HP. Your Q does half of that. Your Electrocute does almost half of that. Your W does not as much damage as I thought. It feels like more damage. Ult, flash, WQE. Ult, flash, WQE. Still on a 12-second cooldown. Come on. She's so dead. You want to stack your ult, though. You don't want to do this on one stack. She's probably, if you do one stack, she might live on 1 HP. You didn't want to drop ult stacks. She also went no mana item, so she's just going to Oh my god. And we missed cannon. We let her ult reset. You can double kill them once if they stay in lane, once your cooldowns come back up. Ult flash, ult flash, ult flash, killer, killer, killer. Killer. She has no W. Ult flash, ult flash, ult flash, ult flash, ult flash. Brother, I'm gonna cry. So there's two things going on here. This is like a huge missed opportunity, and this is kind of what I mean when I say like abusing cooldowns is so important. So she used her W. Her W is a 30-second cooldown. It's almost like a short CD ult cooldown, rank 1. Like it's a very high cooldown ability. So you need to know like when you can punish these cooldowns being off CD. One thing that's nice about Kassadin is ult CD is really low, right? It allows you to punish. But when she walks up like this, I would be thinking in my head, I don't care about this ward. As soon as I see her use E, I am ulting over this wall. So I would be trying to do something greedy and ult. Like I would ult here to dodge it and then ult flash. She is dead. Instead we walk back into it. We're walking back for some reason when she's no threat, right? This is a free kill. You have vision of every single person on the map. She shouldn't be mid right now. She should be gray screen. Like it's almost impossible to react to an ult flash too when she's this low. Second thing. Karthus comes mid. When does he come mid? Okay. So we go in, but we go in once she has her WQ up. We also use all of our abilities into her W, right? We gotta know when she uses her W, she's invulnerable. It's better to save the cooldowns. And the reason for that is if you had done that, watch this. If you still had Q and W, so you used Ult E, so first of all, I'm pretty sure she just dies to her ult. Maybe you need one more stack. But anyway, if you had one more stack in ult or you had Q and W up, you would double kill them here. And let me explain why. So you use WQ. So, yeah, she dies here. So you see how they're grouping up like this? I would be trying to dodge and group them together, and then you ult. She dies to ult auto. He dies to ult auto W plus Q. Maybe it's close, like maybe he lives on 1 HP. I think he's like guaranteed dead if you have one more stack on ultimate. Right? And this is also why I think it's important to try and make sure we're not always on one ult stack. Okay, she's griefing. Her W's on CD. Ult flash. Ult flash. I don't care about this. This isn't going to do enough damage to kill me. She's literally dead to ult flash WQ. You're going to get your Q shield to block damage. Okay, now her W's coming off cooldown. So I don't know. This is like just... You're just giving your enemies too much respect and not understanding your kill thresholds. So the whole reason why people go electrocute over first strike is because you have a little bit more damage in the early game for one-shots and also in the late game, right? It's all about... First strike is... or electrocute's all about being aggressive and understanding your kill thresholds. It seems like we don't understand it. We should have at least 1, maybe 2 kills by now. Go kill the fucking... Stack your ult and kill the Karthus. Oh, he's not on this. I thought he was going on this. Okay. I actually like the decision to push the wave here. You're forcing them to come mid. You're doing it kind of slow, though. I would want this under tower ASAP. Okay, this is weird. So it's like... You make the decision to push the wave, which I think is a good decision. But you... I would want to hold my E until these minions get here so you could one-shot all the backline together. And it's like... This is the worst thing you can do. So you decide to push those first group of minions as fast as you can, and then your last hitting this as slowly as you can, so now the wave gets stuck in the worst spot in the lane. This makes it really safe for Mel. If you're going to commit to a push, commit to a push. Use the abilities on the wave, push this out too. There's no reason to push it this slowly. Be autoing, using your ult, using your Q. Okay, she used her entire combo. Why are we backing off? She used her entire combo. She's a mage. I guess she technically still has Q. What the fuck? What is her ability maxing order? This is... like brain damage. Okay, ult forward here and use Q on her, right? It's not going to be the most damage in the world, but you're going to be punishing her CDs, getting a little bit of damage off. Ult forward, press Q. You're going to proc sudden impact and get a free 167 damage off. It's like we don't use our ult or our abilities to interact with our lane opponent whatsoever. We shouldn't be using Q on the wave anymore. Okay. So we should be able to walk up and auto this. We just use an ability. Okay, actually, we traded ability for ability, basically. And we punish the cooldown. So once she uses her whole combo like this, and our Q is coming off CD, I would be looking to Q ult her. And Q ult auto procs electrocute. Because her cooldowns are, again, longer than us. This is crazy. You're just giving her so much space in the lane. Okay. So you asked why you lost this game, and in my opinion, from what I can see so far, it doesn't seem like you're like throwing the game horrifically or anything. It's just you're not taking advantage of all the space your opponents are giving you. I like this decision to stay and push mid. I think this is a good decision. Your CS is decent up until this point in the game. It's pretty good. I don't know why we're pushing the wave so slow. I don't know why we backed off. We're like terrified of the Mel when we don't. It seems like we don't understand that our champion just like murders her 1v1. See? Look, she had to flash away from you. Did she used W, right? Yeah. Look, her champion is like terrible against you. Like you didn't even play that particularly well, and you still killed her. Mel is a free matchup 1v1. The only time it becomes a problem is in the late game when she CCs you and wipes your whole team. Good job. We got a solo kill on her. Up until this point, we should be looking at 2 or 3 solo kills. Based off of the way she's playing. Okay, now what I want you to do, I want you to just wipe out this mid wave and then go rotate. Why did we not finish maxing her E? Though, that's weird. He used the exhaust. Mel has... I guess she has... What are we doing? Why are we waiting so long? Oh, Aatrox. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough situation. Okay, first off here, if we had maxed E, we basically one-shot this. And then the wave would be in a neutral position. We're missing 4 creeps, and including one is a cannon creep, to go basically do nothing. I would have rather we just killed this real quick before rotating. They used exhaust, and Kane should be able to get out of this, no? Oh no, he sucks at his champion, okay. Is he just like inting? I don't know. Hit tower. She used Q, ult EQ. Or ult E and hold Q to see if she uses her W. What are we doing? Why are we just giving her control of the wave? You're Thanos into her right now. Beautiful. 21-second cooldown now at this point, because she put a second point into it for some reason. Ult forward. Ult auto W. We're still not proccing our electrocute ever. We could have gotten a few electrocute trades. We just miss all the minions. I'm just like confused. I don't... Ult. Ult on her. Ult on her face. Ult on her face. It literally doesn't matter. You are so much stronger than she is. You have zero... She has 0 kill threat on you as long as you don't let yourself get super low. You have TP if you get low. So you can just come back to lane. Like, what are we doing? Ult on her face. Oh my... Oh, yes. Cool. You kill her now if she stays. Ult flash. Ult flash. Ult flash W. Why are we... We don't care about that. That's going to do no damage to us. We're letting her get this wave for why? Alright, buddy. Yeah, I think I'm beating a dead horse, but the 2 most important things that I could see you looking at, I actually see improvements from what we looked at before. It seems like you're a lot more aware of the wave and that sort of thing, but it's going to be abusing cooldowns and paying attention to their mana bar, like thinking about your windows to pressure. It seems like you might not know the ult flash combo. I guess I haven't seen you do it yet. I don't think in either VOD, so I'm just going to show that to you in practice tool real quick. Okay, this is Kassadin's most important combo in the entire game that you need to know, and it's very important for all aspects of the game. It's important for late game team fights, it's important for getting solo kills in lane. This is probably the most common way I get solo kills in lane. And what basically happens is I ult forward, and I'll do some WEQ, I can't speak, WEQ trades. Let me auto refresh my cooldowns. Okay, so I'll do this a couple times. Right, and that's a pretty good, that's like 500 damage, and then eventually my target gets low enough to where if I like have a 3-stack ultimate, right, it does a shit ton of damage, I can flash on them and kill them, right? So what you want to do in these situations is ult flash. Right? Now, honestly, with the way that Mel was playing, you could have probably killed her without ult flashing. It seemed like you could have landed a naked high stack ult on her and just do that, and then follow up with flash if necessary. But what you do is you press R, and then you use your flash to extend the range. And the way it works is your flash always goes on your target. I believe. Wait. There we go. And what it does is it's very hard to react to. That was a little bit out of range. It's very hard to react to, and it basically is just a way for you to instantly cover a big distance and get your damage onto someone. Right? The only other important mechanic of the ult flash is you never press W before you ult flash, and it's because the damage comes off slower. It's ult flash W, because it instantly resets your attack timer after the ult. But aside from that, those are like two of the most complicated Kassadin mechanics. The other one is Q ult WE, because the Q and ult animation kind of hide each other. But yeah, the most important thing that you can learn from this is ult flash. Right? There were also a couple of opportunities to proc your keystone, but like, you should have been a lot stronger that game just from getting solo kills. That Mel gave you so many opportunities to solo kill her. It's crazy. So yeah. Just my 2 cents, a little bit of advice and something to pay attention to. I would say pay attention to when you have enemies in your lane who are at or below 500 HP post 6. At 500 HP, like if you put like literally one stack on your ultimate and you do a full combo, let's see. That's 640 HP, and that was without ult flashing, and that was with one stack. Now, you can always put an extra stack on your ultimate, and it'll do more damage. I'm not even going to proc Electrocute here, and it's probably going to do more damage. It's just about the same. I got an extra auto in there, so that's why it did more. But we'll do it. This is fully stacked with Electrocute. 744 damage. Right? So that's my suggestion for you. Hopefully this video was helpful. If anyone wants me to take a look at a VOD for them, remember to join the Discord and just send me a VOD. Appreciate it, and have a great day, guys.